Welcome back to Pleased to Dwell. We're in chapter 20. Christmas is getting closer, and we're going to look at the book of Titus, or just a little bit of it. I love the book of Titus, 46 verses of just pure inspired gold, of course. And so what does it have to say about the first, the coming of Jesus, that first Christmas? Well, this word appeared. We've got grace appeared here. I'm just going to circle it here on the screen for us. Appeared. This is the idea of an epiphany. And Paul takes the word epiphany and uses it in these letters, Timothy, and Titus. And this was a word that was starting to be used by the Romans for a very specific purpose. The Caesar, the emperor, was kind of going a little bit too far, to say the least, and the idea of worshipping the emperor as a god was starting to emerge. And so what they would do is the emperor would go into hiding for a while to sort of build anticipation and gossip and rumors and so on. And then at a predefined moment when the crowds were waiting with all the kind of careful lighting and everything that they could pull off in those days, he would suddenly appear. And it was designed as an entry of a god to kind of stun the crowds. Okay, and so Paul takes that word, and let me just read here from the book for a second. In the movie Gladiator, there's a moment that captures this idea. Insecure but self-loving Emperor Commodus, arrayed impressively in white, appeared spectacularly through the floor of the Colosseum. His glorious appearing backfired in the film, but the effect on the crowds of such an entrance would have been powerful. Paul took the same term and redeemed it, using it for the appearing of the true God. Once we have eyes to see, we know that Jesus really did pull off a stunning entry of a God. Let me show you what Titus, the book of Titus says here, verse 11 of chapter 2. For the grace of God has appeared. Look at that, just that first line there, the grace of God has appeared. It doesn't even say God has appeared and has shown us his grace. It just says, grace personified. He has appeared to us. And that, of course, is referring to the first Christmas, the entry of God into this world. And when God entered this world as grace personified, that first Christmas, he brought salvation for all people. Real classic Christmas language, instructing us to give up or let go of godlessness and worldly lusts, and to live in a sensible, righteous and godly way in the present age. And so this instruction is coming from the grace of God that has appeared. We are instructed, we are taught by grace personified. And so Jesus came into this world, and he came to teach as well as to bring salvation. And he teaches us how to live. And we live that way in this present age while we wait for what? There's another appearing. There's another entry of a God to put onto the map of history. That is our blessed hope, the glorious appearing of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ. And so grace appeared. He and it teaches us to let go and say no to godlessness and worldly lust, to live sensible, upright, righteous and godly in the present age. And we live now in light of his coming and in anticipation of his return, the glorious appearing of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ. Little summary in verse 14, he gave himself for us, to redeem us from all lawlessness and to cleanse for himself a people for his own possession, eager to do good works. Isn't that beautiful? We're living in between these two great appearings, two great spotlights, if you like, where Jesus has stepped into the world and where Jesus will again step into the world. We're living in the in-between, and we are living grateful for the first coming of Jesus, and living hopeful because we have a blessed hope. The glorious appearing of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ, is going to happen in the future. And so that changes everything. The past and the future affects the present. And so Christmas is a key part of that, recognizing that at that first Christmas, the story we've been looking at, grace himself appeared. Thanks for watching.